everybody, it's Jessica, the It Girl for Positive Change. Remember, if it does not challenge you, it will not change you. And welcome back to my channel, Journey Down Deep. So today we are going to be discussing one of the templates that was introduced in our Principle 3 video, which is improving the present. So if you have not had time to view that video or any of the rest of them in our Journey Down Deep series, they will be linked up above so that you can view. And if you have not had time to download your free templates, the link will be down below in the description box. So today we will be discussing our reality check template. This is my absolute favorite template and exercise for this entire Journey Down Deep series that we're discussing. And it is my favorite because one of the things you will hear me say about myself a lot is that I pride myself on being very real. I don't like to sugarcoat. I don't placate. I'm going to tell you exactly how it is. And I have very little tact. And the little bit that I do have, I have developed over the years, and it has taken a lot of time to do that. But I kind of really like to shoot straight from the hip because I think as people, we need to hear the raw, honest truth sometimes. So years ago, when I was really wanting to get started on my journey and to do really better for myself, I wanted to go through and do an assessment of where I felt like I was right then at that moment. So what I wanted to do in essence was to give myself a true reality check. And that is where this template comes from. And on this template, we discuss 13 different areas that you can evaluate yourself in from 1 to 10, 1 being really awful, 10 being absolutely amazing, so that you can get a baseline for these areas and kind of figure out where you can start making some small or some big improvements to really impact yourself in a positive direction. So today I am not going to be covering all 13 areas of this template. I am going to be covering 3. And the reason why I'm going to cover these 3 will become apparent as we go through them, but they are, in my opinion, the most important areas on this entire template. So the first area we're going to discuss is career. And when we look at career, it's not about whether you have a good job or a bad job, because I don't believe that jobs can be good or bad. I do believe that some jobs are not meant for some people, and that there are other jobs out there that could be more emotionally fulfilling or skill fulfilling for you. But I don't think there's anything as a good or a bad job, because you bring into the job what it is that you want to bring. But for our career, the reason why this is one of the most important areas is because we spend most of our time, not even with our families, we spend most of our time with the individuals that we work with. So they are our social circle. They are our people that we go to when we have issues. They become our friends, and our career impacts our finances. So 95 to 99% of the income that comes into your household is coming into your household from the job that you have. So if that job is not fulfilling, if it is not motivating, if it is not feeding your soul, if it is draining the life out of you, then it may be time to think about a different career. And many of us, especially individuals who are about my age, in your 40s and 50s, we're coming from a mindset that was instilled in us by our parents. And one of the things that I remember my uncle telling me a long time ago is, when you get a job, get that job and keep it. Don't job hop. And that is the mindset that I lived with for so long. So even though the job may have not have been fulfilling, or I was miserable in it, in the back of my mind, I would hear my uncle say, no, baby girl, when you get a job, you try to keep it and you retire. So I would try to stick it out, and I was miserable. So then one day it was like, no, why am I sticking it out in this job where I am miserable and I'm not happy? It's not feeding my soul. It's not adding to my overall skill set. No, I'm going to find me something else that could be more fulfilling, or at least maybe make me a little bit more money. So I say this because if your career is not where you want it to be, that is a very easy change to make. You can find a different job that will allow you to do something completely different, or you can stay in the same industry and just go to a different place. But you don't have to stay miserable in a career just because you have a job. You can always get another job. So you always need to be thinking about putting yourself first. And that moves into the second area that we're going to cover from the reality check template, which is your health. So the reason why health is actually probably should be number one on the list, but the reason why it's so important is because there is only one of you. There is no one else out there that can come in and take over the responsibilities that you have that you may lose if you don't keep your health in check. So, your mental health and your physical health are very important, your spiritual health as well, but you really need to make sure you're keeping yourself in order. So, if there's checkups you need to get them. If there's weight you need to lose, need, or want to lose it, because again, there is only one of you, and it is imperative that you stay on top of your health if you're going to continue on this journey successfully. And the last area of the template that we're going to cover is finances. And finances and career do not necessarily go hand in hand, but your finances are extremely important because your career is the work that you do, and your finances is how your money works for you. So when you're looking at your finances, we want to gauge, where are we with being able to successfully pay our bills? Are we saving money? Even if you're just saving a little bit of money, you need to have a consistent plan towards your savings. Many of us don't have investments. We don't have portfolios. We may have a 401k, or we have a savings account for a rainy day or something to that effect. But your finances are very important, and they impact you a lot. So for those three areas, it is very important that you rate those honestly, because if your career is keeping you stagnant, or if your career is draining all of your motivation, then guess what? That is also impacting your health. That is also impacting your finances. That is also impacting your living conditions and your sex life and your goals and your time management, because all of these things tie together. So if you're not on top of one, then you're kind of not on top of them all. So that's why it's very important. It was important for me, and I think it will be important for you once you start this exercise, to rate these areas and figure out the areas that are low and could use some improvement, and then how you can go about making improvements in those areas to be a full-on benefit for you and to you in the long run. So until next time, this has been Jessica, the It Girl for Positive Change. Remember, if it does not challenge you, it will not change you. And until next time, bye, y'all.